Alright guys, so the first thing I do is take off my little sock. Make sure that my PICC line right here. Infusion site sterile. Very cool thing until your time for your next dose, if you need to take it off and flush it or whatever. Alright, so I want to get this air out of the saline first because I don't want that going in my veins. So just kind of press it a little bit. Drips a little bit there. Push it into the port. Twist. I want to slowly put that saline in my veins. Just kind of, oh, I'm still locked. When I unlock, this lock down here is still locked, so when I unlock that, all right, I push that open. Kind of really simple. The locks are really simple. All right, so press down slowly. It's easier actually if I put my arm down a little bit. Use my left hand. Just constant steady pressure. With that saline. Now what I want to do is, when I get it about here, I want to give a pullback, make sure I have a little bit of blood return. And I do. Look at that. Some good return this morning. I must be well hydrated. Just press it through the rest of the way. All right. All right, we're done with our flush. Now we're going to start our medicine. And I've grabbed the port right here. I'm not touching the end to keep it sterile and safe. Twisting off the cap of the cefamine. It's the name of the trade name of the antibiotic I'm using here. Again, twist, insert, and twist. Isn't really a lot of bubbles in there. That, if you can see, that's a pretty good amount. And I need to infuse this over 3 to 5 minutes. Again, keeping my arm down, applying slow but firm pressure. I have to give a little bit here. There we go. All right, slow firm pressure for 3 to 5 minutes. I didn't get locked up again. Still good. definitely are kind of affected or magnified, if you will. Still taking, my wife keeps reminding me to take the Creon because my stomach is pretty volatile, especially when I eat lots of simple carbohydrates, which I shouldn't be doing anyway. Alright, I'm going to give it a minute here. I've kind of done quite a bit, so I'm going to just wait, give it some time. Don't want to put too much in at once, because then the body will look at it like an invader rather than a medicine. I probably did that a little too quick. I think I'm 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through the dose already. I hope everyone had a great Mother's Day, and if you're at home with your mom, I hope you enjoyed that time with her. My mom's up in North Carolina and had company with my cousins up there, which was great. I think my uncle may be visiting soon. And I'm giving this just some time to settle. Want to make sure that when you have a drug like this that is concentrated in a small amount, you do take the time to inject it, not do it very quickly, because again, you want this to be an ally to your body and not an invader, and your immune response can get amplified if you inject it too quickly, and your body could look at it as an invader and turn it into an allergen, which you don't want. So it's important to go slow when you inject these medicines. All right, I'm gonna give it another minute or so. Reason I did is I started to feel a little weird because I was injecting it too quick, not thinking about it. All right, I'm gonna do about half the amount that's left. I'm gonna give it another minute or so. Again, if you find yourself feeling really weird or really itchy, good thing that you can do is, if you've got Benadryl, take a Benadryl, or take if you take allergy medicine as needed or on the regular, if you want to time it around your injection, that's good too for your infusion. My body's very reactive against foreign bodies, and I think part of that might be the prader-willi. I'm having some reaction. The adhesive that goes in this bandage, so I get really itchy, as you do. It's kind of like the itch is if you've had a broken bone and been in a cast, and your skin doesn't breathe very well. You know how it can itch there, but this is especially here where this adhesive is around the port. Having that against my skin is very, very irritating. You can see that I've kind of itched around here, and it is fraying a little bit on the bandage, but it's not even 5% of the adhesive strip portion, so I think I'm okay. And they date it and initial it whenever they do the bandage. So I should be having a bandage replacement sometime later this week. Wednesday or Thursday, there should be a nurse out to change this. That'll be nice to have the skin breathe a little bit, give me a little bit of relief. So I'm gonna do the rest of it now. All right. My AM dose for today is done. I want to do two things here. Throw away that syringe. I'm going to do another injection of saline. Again, you can prep these things beforehand if you want. I just find it easier because I don't have a whole lot of space to not do so, and just to do it as I go. All right. Again, take my cap off here. Squeeze out that water. Whoa! That air, rather. Push it in the port, twist, and slowly put in that delicious saline. Slow, slow, slow. It actually feels good too. What makes that feel good is I can feel the, I don't know if it's a mental thing, psychosomatic, but it feels like it's just thinning out the antibiotic that was put in there, and it's kind of distributing it more, which is always a good thing. So, all right, empty. Now the big one, because of where this is in my body, I have a chance of blood clot. So, for that, and as a preventative of a blood clot, because you don't want a blood clot, that's bad news. Injection of heparin. Now, as I understand it, heparin's not normal protocol for infusions, whether they be IV, PICC line, or what have you. But given the situation, and per the doctor's order, the doctor can still order these. I've been given heparin. And that's just to prevent blood clots in my arm, because the vascularity of where this is, no matter where it be, for a PICC line actually, it can get pinched, and thereby a blood clot can form easily, and they want to keep the line clear and keep you free of clots. Because again, if you get a blood clot, you may have to go in and got the air out of the heparin. And pushing it in the port, and this will be our last little medicine. Our last little step is just injecting this heparin. Now, well, actually there's some other little step here, but not major. I want to grab another one of these green caps. Now these are, again, you got the sponge in there. They're each individually sealed, and I haven't used any alcohol swipes on this, and it's because of this, which makes it so much easier. All right, before I take the heparin off the port, I'm actually going to open this. All right, peel the seal off there, heparin off the port. I'm just going to drop it. I'll throw it away in a second. I'm still kind of old school, so I like to twist it a little bit, get that alcohol in there around the port, and then just twist it on. All right, we're all locked in. Let's put the locks on. How about that? So I'm gonna squeeze this lock. All right, closes off there. And down here, I've got another lock. This is an extension. This makes it easier. This makes it easier for me to self-dose, because otherwise it would be here and that would be challenging. And then lock here. And I want to take my extension, wrap it around my arm, take my sleeve, and just pop it back on. And I am done. All right, guys. See my cluttery house here. I'm done with my infusion for today, for this morning rather, not for today. I've got one to do this evening. Just wanted to kind of show you how this works at home for me, really how it's advanced, because I've had pumps at home, I've had boluses at home, I've had it where the nurse had to come in every day when I did gentamicin. So having it this way is just really easy and nice, and fortunate this time that, although I've got a PICC line, which is unfortunate, that the dosing is so much easier than it has been. So again, I appreciate you watching the Chronically PWS. This is my journey in Prader-Willi syndrome. I know this may not be in everybody's journey, but given my unique circumstances, or how not unique, but circumstances and how those have played out in my life, this is where I am. So again, doing well, coping with this. I feel great, much better per my infection. So I know these treatments are working, and I'm really glad that you took the time, and maybe out of morbid curiosity, you sit here and watch me inject this, but I just thought it was kind of introspective and kind of showing what was going on and how this works at home and how it's not such a big deal. So I've got all the right supplies here to do this, and it's fairly easy for me to do. Like I said, I've been in some complicated situations with antibiotics, and this isn't the worst, which is always good. So again, if you like Chronically PWS, you can subscribe. You don't have to watch all these videos if you subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you're looking at this channel now as a parent to someone with Prader-Willi syndrome, or if you have Prader-Willi syndrome yourself, if you took a look at my other channel, which I do a lot of Disney content, movie reviews, restaurant reviews, called the Park Whopper. And I hope you have a great week, and I may speak to you again before the end of the week. You may see another video pop up. Again, these are going to be kind of rough cut, just little diary videos of my experiences. So again, I hope you had a great Mother's Day, and it's always good to celebrate another holiday with Mom. Have a great week.